Y'all already know what that sound means. Listen, it's time for the In My City part of the show. And yes, we are getting ready to put on for our city. Guess what? We have a very, very special guest on today. This is the part of the show where we recognize people for their great works in the community. We shout out everybody doing their thing from the top to the bottom. So if you know somebody, DM us on our Facebook page at What's Happening with Tabitha Simmons, or give us a call on our station line at 803-400-8988. Listen, we have a very, very special guest on the show interviewing with us on today. She is a top celebrity publicist in LA with over 20 plus years in the business. She's worked with such big names such as Nene Leakes from the Housewives of Atlanta, Isaiah Washington from Grey's Anatomy, Russ Parr from the Russ Parr Show, and many, many others. So listen, I need y'all to give a big, huge what's happening to Miss Wyllisa Bennett. What's happening? North Carolina up in here.
North Carolina in the house, and Tar Heel is in the house for sure.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How are you doing on today?
I'm doing great. So happy to be on your show. Always happy to meet another Carolinian. So it's really exciting. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you so much. In spite of everything that's going on around us right now, you're staying safe and quarantined and at home?
Yes, in California, we are under a very, and I do mean very strict, safer at home order for the coronavirus pandemic that is going on. So technically, we are not able to go out the house unless we're going to like a pharmacy, a doctor, or the grocery store. So I did make my grocery store round today, and we can work out. But other than that, we are not supposed to be out chilling at the beach, sailing, doing all that stuff. They have completely locked us down from any and all activity.
And you know what? I can't be mad at that. That's for the best. Here, meanwhile, down here in the South, Georgia is talking about opening up, and South Carolina is trying to open up little spots. I'm not having it. I'm staying in.
And from what I understand, because I was speaking to a friend of mine that lives in Georgia, from what I understand, they're opening up the beauty shop and the tattoo parlors. I mean, all that.
This is crazy. No, ma'am. I'll stick with my set-it-off braids until I can go to get me a lace wig.
Well, I tell you, we're under a safer at home order until May 15th. And then after May 15th, I don't know what they're going to do. But I will say this. I'm going to be very careful in terms of get up and out. I might stay in another extra month just to make sure.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah.
As well you should. So, listen, you had a birthday on yesterday, am I right?
I had an amazing birthday yesterday. I was literally on Facebook, on Instagram Live, and then I had personal calls for like 8 hours because everybody got home, so everybody had time to talk to me and wish me happy birthday.
Well, I want to wish you a special happy birthday. I saw you on Instagram. Listen, the way you had that chocolate cake set up, honey.
What did you say?
I said the way you had that chocolate cake set up on Instagram, honey.
Yes, I was eating some of my favorite sprinkles cupcakes, which is like a favorite here in Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
So it was exciting, but it was just great talking with everybody. I'm gonna tell you what's the good thing about this pandemic is we have fun, because no one has anywhere to go.
That's
what
right.
I'm saying? So nobody got anywhere to rush to, anywhere to be with. I gotta go to work. I gotta be here. Blah blah blah. So it's really nice that people are taking the time to spend with family and friends, and it's really great, to be honest with you.
I understand. I've been saying that, it's not really an upside, but the upside is, people are spending time at home who haven't been home for months. People are spending time with their children and stuff, and having a good time.
Exactly. So you have time. We have time to spend with family and friends. I don't know about you, but I've been doing a ton of cooking. I'm sitting here cooking as we speak.
Ooh, what you cooking?
So I'm making a cute little pasta salad because right here we're hitting about 85 degrees today
Uh-huh.
in Southern California. So it's going to be a hot one. So I've been doing like the whole shrimp and grits, lamb chops. I've been doing the big meal.
Ooh, you
But
been
today
cooking,
is
cooking.
so hot. Oh yes, I can cook, girl.
All right.
So
Well,
today
listen,
is so
from North Carolina, I bet so.
yes. Today is so hot. I'm keeping it light. I'm gonna have a pasta salad. I'm gonna have some fresh fruit. Just something to nibble on throughout the day,
Yeah.
and plenty of water.
Well, that's what's up. So listen, Willisa, you are an entertainment publicist, and from what I see, a
Yeah.
damn good one at that. So for those of us who do not know what a PR is, could you tell them what it is that you do?
So basically, I make people famous and keep people famous. So I've been lucky to work with a roster of celebrities that are everyday names, from Shirley Ralph, Lunel. I'm working with David A. Arnold, who has a Netflix special out called Fat Ballerina. And I promote and publicize their work and what they're doing. And like I said, I just try to keep people famous and keep people in the public eye so you don't forget them.
That's what's up. Y'all heard it. Y'all see what she do. That's what it is. She keep them famous. She get them famous and keep it that way.
Exactly. And, like I said, I'm born and bred North Carolina. I went to North Carolina Central and studied, media journalism. Well, I studied English. And then, I started my career in Charlotte, North Carolina as a PR person. And then from there, I came out to Los Angeles 2001, and I've been here for 19 years. So it's just, building a career and just watching it blossom.
Yeah.
I tell people, you have to put in the time. You have to put in the time.
That's right. People these days want everything to happen right now, right now, right now.
Let me tell you, it doesn't happen overnight. I can honestly say that. But I wish it happened overnight, and I know millennials want it to happen overnight. I know it looks like it happens overnight, but it doesn't happen overnight. Like, I've been doing this for 19 years, and you have to put in the time and preparation.
Ooh, that's a long time. Listen, I'm in here counting on my fingers how long I got to go. I don't know if I got 19 years in me, but I'm going to try.
Exactly. In fact, in February, I was just recently recognized by the Los Angeles City Council for my work in arts and entertainment. And that came 19 years later. I mean, it took 19 years to get to that point, for sure.
That's what's up. Absolutely. Well, congratulations on that. I know you deserve every bit of it. That's what's up.
Thank you.
So you've worked with a lot of different celebrities. Tell me, I need a little bit of tea. Now, don't give me a lot because I don't like all the caffeine, but just give me a little tea. Who was your favorite person to work with?
Well, I've worked with Nene Leakes. I've worked with, in fact, when Nene Leakes started her career as a celebrity reality star, I pretty much was the architect for her publicity campaign, her publicist, and worked with her. Nene had a very clear vision about what she wanted to be as a talent, and that's always helpful because a lot of times reality stars, and this was back in the day. See, this is the thing. Now reality is normal, but 12 years ago, reality television and reality stars was very, very new, and pretty much shunned upon in the industry because they weren't seen as seasoned actors and actresses. So back in the day when reality started popping off, people were shunning reality stars because they felt like, A, they were taking jobs from seasoned and real actors and actresses, and then they thought that this would be something that was kind of like a fly by night. Like, oh, this is just a trend, it'll go and come. Okay, well, we know that's not the case because reality is here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
But I worked with several reality stars, and Nene being one of the first ones that I worked with. And Nene always had a very clear vision about what she wanted her um, her role as a reality star to be, and how she wanted that to segue into other opportunities. And I think when you look at the most successful reality stars, like Bethany from the Real Housewives of New York, who
Mm-hmm.
have a very clear vision to use the show as a vehicle to promote other things, that's when you have like the most successful reality stars.
Mm-hmm.
Nene was already, doing auditioning and everything during pilot season in Los Angeles, but her big break came from being on a reality show.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, I'm working with Lunel, who is an extremely funny comedian who travels all around the country, tickling the funny bone of everyone.
Yes.
And I can't even say enough about Lunel. I mean, now at this point, Lunel is just a friend that she happens to hire me as her publicist. She is an amazing talent, an amazing actress. The growth that I've seen in her as a comedian and actress, as an actress, has just completely exploded in the last year. She's in Dolomite Is My Name. Since you're at home binge watching, two things I want you to binge watch. Make sure you binge watch Dolomite Is My Name with Lunel,
Yes.
but also binge watch Fat Ballerina with David Arnold, who is also my client, a comedian. He's a comedy writer in the industry. Most people know him as kind of a comedy writer behind the scenes. He does stand-up every now and then, but now he's really coming full force with his stand-up game, with this comedy special. And Fat Ballerina is excited. So those are two things to watch on Netflix with my client. But, to watch the growth, I've been working with Lunel for about 10 years. And so, first I started out just working with her events, special events, but now I handle her personal publicity. And so to see the growth in her as a talent and the various opportunities that she has received, I mean, she is one of the few women that's in Vegas that has a standing engagement
Mm-hmm.
at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club. So once things are up and running in Vegas, which they are already talking about, they talking about opening up Vegas, I think, in the next week or so.
What?
I mean, they already talking about opening up the casinos. I was just reading how the mayor was like, it's time to get back to business.
Yeah.
They ready to go.
Yeah, they ready.
Go. Yeah. Exactly. And if that's the case, Lunel will be back in Vegas in the summertime in June, doing her Sunday night. I mean, Sunday night was her night, and I'm gonna tell you, it's a hoot.
I believe it.
Real HOOT. Hoot.
I do believe it. Let me ask you, what do you think is your greatest achievement thus far in your life since you've started this journey?
I'm gonna have to say, being honored by the Los Angeles City Council during Black History Month by the president of the Los Angeles City Council, who is a black man. He's the first and only African American that has served as president of the Los Angeles City Council. So to be recognized by him for all the work that I've done in, art and entertainment, that was a real milestone for me. But what was particularly sweet, in Mahogany says success is nothing unless you have someone to share it with. So to have my family fly in from North Carolina to see me receive that award, that meant everything to me. And my mom has put in my mom, my uncle, just my family in general. I'm fortunate enough to come from a very wonderful family. And so for my mom to put so much into me and to kind of see that, be able to see that, be able to be a part of that, it meant everything to me. Everything.
Oh, well, again, congratulations. That's an amazing honor, and I'm sure that, of course, you deserve it from all the achievements that I've been reading thus far with what you've been accomplishing and where you've been going and what have you been doing. Now, you are known as the publicist. They call you the publicist du jour. And listen, for those of you who have no
Publicist,
idea
yeah,
what in the world that
yeah. So
means, it's
yeah,
French for publicist of the day.
yeah,
Where you
yeah.
get that name from?
Yes. Well, it's kind of a double take because publicist du jour is French, means publicist of the day. But it's also a nod to the French film Belle de Jour, starring Catherine Deneuve.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that particular film, she plays a housewife during the day and a prostitute at night. And so I kind of always feel like that I'm like a prostitute of the day, for my clients because I'm a publicity pimp. Always, always got clients on the corner pimping their wares to whatever media outlet that will listen to me. For sure, for sure. So that's why I call myself publicist du jour because it is a take on Belle du jour, girl of the day.
Yes.
From that, and it's a very, very, very famous French film starring Catherine Deneuve. Yeah, Belle du jour. And so I call myself publicist du jour, for sure.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, you have a blog entitled Rantings from the Red Carpet where you offer some commentary on things in pop culture. And can you tell us about it and how to find it?
Yes, first of all, you can visit WyllisaBennett.com, Rantings from the Red Carpet. And every now and then when I get a few minutes, I like to write and give some commentary on just my perspective of things that are going on in the world. So I talk about maybe things that I've done on the red carpet. I'll give my take on maybe some type of topic that's making headline news. So it's a mishmash. Sometimes I'm just sharing pictures. Sometimes I'm just bragging. So it's a little mishmash. But I like to think it's interesting reading. For people that want to get to know me, I always say, go to WyllisaBennett.com because that gives you an idea of my voice and my personality and who I am.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you guys need to check that out because I've gone on there and I've read some of the stuff and I already knew the kind of personality she had based off of what I was reading and the clips and the video clips. I love it.
Thank you so much. That is that means the world to me because that's what I wanted that blog to be, kind of just an insight.
Yes.
When people want to know what I'm doing, what I'm working on, you go there and that kind of gives you an idea of who I am.
I agree. So listen, with all of the scandalous things that are going on nowadays with the news and a lot of celebrities, which one would you love to represent right now?
Oh, well, I really don't like to handle clients when they are doing scandalous things because that takes a lot of work. It was like, someone asked me would I ever represent R. Kelly. I was like, absolutely not. There is no defense for him. Period.
Period.
I can't help you. I listen. As creative as I am, I can't even think. I can't think of how I can promote you at all. So that's kind of funny, for sure. But yeah, I prefer not to, deal with people in their scandal and their scandal.
Yeah.
But every now and then, sometimes you have to do the unexpected. One of the things that I did have to work on that really saddened me this year was the death of Janae Dubois.
Oh, yes.
She was, we all knew her as Velma from Good Times. But she was also one of the founders of Pan African Film Festival, which I am the communications director for. And so she died during the middle of the festival, and it pained me.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first time. That was the first time in my 20-plus career that I had to pretty much write a death statement for a particular client, and that was hard.
Wow.
That was hard.
I could imagine so. So, listen, since you have
Yeah,
gotten started
that was
over
hard.
20 years ago, how has the business changed since then?
I think the business has changed because it has been, it used to be where, the PR agents did all the talking for the celebrities. I think it has changed now with social media, where social media, clients can now go directly to their fans and share X, Y, and Z. Publicists, we're still needed because we're still managing the communication,
Mm-hmm.
um, communication messages of the client. But when the client wants to drop something or say something or respond to something that might be in the media, they can now, go directly to their fans
Yeah.
on their social media outlets and respond immediately. So that's kind of a great thing because it used to be like when something, a crisis happened, you would have to put out a statement, wait
Yeah.
for it to get circulated, blah, blah, blah. Now, a celebrity or client can go on their social media outlet. You can write a statement, say, okay, put this on your social media outlet, and everybody, all the media outlets will pick it up. And then there's not that pressure of, hours of working and working the phones and blah, blah, blah. That's number one. Number two, speaking of working the phones, you really don't have to work the phone as much as you used to because everything is electronic with email. And then number three, I remember when I started out, I would have to go to the post office all the time, sending out press kits, press kits, press kits. Now I don't have to do that again because of email. You know,
Yeah.
you can just send everything via email. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah,
Too easy. It has gotten easier. I want to reference something that
it
you
has
said in
gotten
regard.
very easy.
I want to reference something that you said in regards to the cleanup. Like when normally back in the day, celebrities had to wait for a statement to come out, and now they don't have to do that. So there can be an upside and a
Right.
downside to them responding themselves. Sometimes, do you think so?
And there are times when it can be a downside because they may say the wrong thing, or they may not say things politically correct, or they may not say things. Sometimes you have to be delicate in your messaging.
Yes.
And so, sometimes a client is so anxious to get something out that they'll just put out something raw, how they feel off their chest,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have the, like, we need time to shape it and massage it and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you, in your opinion, is it hard or difficult for a black female to do what you do and be highly successful in the field that you're in?
I won't say that it's hard, but what I will say that as an African American publicist, we have to deal with the things that any African American woman has to deal with in the workplace:
Yes.
lower wages, um, um, being taken seriously, um, you know, and being on the same level as our white counterparts. I think the most thing for me is you're always pushing for, the same wages as your white counterpart. And, that's just a fight that all black women have.
Yes.
I walk in a room and I might be taken seriously, but they're gonna try to,
Mm-hmm.
negotiate down. Where I say, as
Mm-hmm.
if I was a white male, it'd be totally different.
Mm-hmm.
You ask for a price. Oh, okay, great. You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't. I'm not gonna say that it's hard to be a black publicist because then you have to say, well, is it hard to be a black lawyer? Is it hard to be a black teacher? Is it hard
Yes.
to be a black policeman? I don't know. I know the doors are open for black professional women to do what we need to do. I know black women tend to be the most educated
Mm-hmm.
in terms of our black male counterparts. But do we have things that we have to battle? Yes, we have to battle wages, and we have to battle the micro racism things that happen throughout the day. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
yeah, but it's ongoing. It's not going to be different because I'm a publicist. I'm still a black woman in America that's still dealing with the same stuff stuff that a black teacher
Mm-hmm.
in America would be dealing with, or a black police officer in America would be dealing with, or a black lawyer would be dealing with in America. At the end of the day, I'm still a black woman.
Absolutely, I agree, 100%. So listen, off subject. I'm gonna take you back a little bit and make you think a little bit. If you could speak to your
Okay.
16-year-old self, what would you tell a younger Wyllisa Bennett?
Oh my God, I just posted this very thing on my Instagram yesterday for my
Ah,
birthday,
ah.
and I would love harder. I would love harder. I would, because I was so. Oh my gosh, when I got out of school, I was so focused on conquering the world, being my own independent woman, and making my own name, that I took love for granted.
Yes.
So I would tell my younger self to love harder, because love, you know, that is a very special thing that doesn't come around every day. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Because your career is always going to be there, work is always going to be there. But if you can take the chance to love someone and love someone harder, that's what I would tell my younger self. Now, I'm not saying love everybody, because not everybody deserves the love. I'm like, for anybody that's listening, I don't want them to say, okay, I got to love harder. Like, if you're in an abusive relationship, if you were in a relationship where a guy doesn't value who you are, no, you don't love them harder.
That's right.
You get rid of them. But
That's
I'm
right.
just saying, when good people come in your life
Yes.
and you don't take those people for granted, you love harder, you embrace the moment, you embrace the person. Yeah, that's definitely what I would say. Because, I'm a single woman, never had any kids, and I've certainly made sacrifices, to have
Yes.
the career that I have.
I understand. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what's up next for Wyllisa Bennett? What you got going on? What you working on out here?
Well, right now, I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs, waiting for this pandemic to, subside, so I can get back to promote my clients that, are ready to go back on the road. I have a couple of comics that are on the road. At Pan African Film Festival, we just finished up in February, but we'll be gearing up for next year. I have several projects that are on pause now that I'm just ready to get started with, for sure, for sure.
Yes, yes, yes. I imagine so. So you're gonna be bombarded with so much once the world opens back up. Then.
I feel like that. I feel like a lot of clients put things on hold. I am already getting calls, because we're starting to have cabin fever now.
Yeah.
We're starting to say, we've been doing this since March 15th, and everybody are starting to say, like, okay, this is getting old.
Yeah.
I'm already starting to get calls where people are just ready, like, okay, when we're ready to roll, this is what I need for you to do, X, Y, and Z. So it's been, I have to say that it's this pause, and I guess what I'm going to call it, a pandemic pause, has been really good, because it has given me an opportunity to kind of catch my breath. Normally, I'm on deadline every day to get something done.
Yeah.
So to not have to be on deadline every day has been kind of very rewarding for me, for sure.
Yes, that's what's up. Well, tell everybody again, for those of y'all that are listening in the back, how they can find you on social media platforms, etc.
I am so easy to find, because I have such a unique name, but you can find me on Wyllisa Bennett on all platforms. So Instagram, Facebook, WyllisaBennett.com on my website, and LinkedIn. Look for the girl with the big blonde afro, and you found me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You heard her. You heard it right here. She already told you. I'm not going to repeat it, because you should have been listening anyhow. Well,
Exactly. And thank you so much for having me on your show. Like I said, coming from North Carolina, this time of year, I love being in North Carolina, because, spring is in the air, and
yes.
when the sky is as bluest and everything starts blooming. So this is a time that I really miss being home and, get some great barbecue.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm going to have to, listen, we're going to have to barbecue one of these days. I'm going to have to bring you some.
you're gonna have to bring me some for sure. But let me tell you some good. If you're I know you're in South Carolina.
Uh-huh.
One of the best barbecue places that I love is in Shelby, North Carolina. It's called Bridges Barbecue. Oh God, don't let me think about it.
First of all, you know when you say it like that, you know it's good.
It's so good, so good.
I'm gonna have
Sure.
to check it out. I will definitely have to check it out. I love it. Well, Miss Wyllisa,
Definitely,
I thank
definitely.
you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to interview with me. Listen, keep doing what you're doing because it's definitely working. And again, I want to thank you for hanging out with me on what's happening today. And I hope that you have an amazing weekend, but definitely make sure you stay safe.
Thank you so much. I'm staying safe. I'm staying quarantined. And I'm enjoying the sunshine. And most importantly, I'm living a blessed life.
That's right. That's what's up.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. You have a great one.
Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye.